Welcome back. Today we're diving into an exciting lineup of US one-dime coins spanning from 1972 to 1997, each with its own unique condition and collector appeal. From a 1984 dime in fine condition showing moderate wear, to a heavily worn 1987 piece in poor shape, and a well-preserved 1990 dime in good condition, these coins tell fascinating stories of everyday circulation. We'll also take a closer look at a 1997 dime in fine condition and a 1972 circulating example that reflects decades of history. Whether you're a seasoned collector or just getting started, this selection offers a great glimpse into how condition and rarity can impact the value of these small but pieces of American coinage. Let's start. The 1984 United States one-dime coin might look small and ordinary at first glance, but collectors across the country know that even a modest coin like this can carry surprising value and historical depth. In today's coin market, interest in vintage dimes is steadily rising, and a 1984 dime in fine condition is becoming an attractive piece for both beginner and experienced collectors. With its classic design and connection to American heritage, this coin continues to gain attention as people search for hidden treasures in everyday pocket change. The 1984 dime belongs to the long-running Roosevelt dime series, first introduced in 1946 to honor President Franklin D. Roosevelt. By 1984, the coin was already a familiar part of daily American life, produced in large numbers by the U.S. Mint. However, over time, coins in better preserved conditions have become harder to find. A fine condition example shows moderate wear but still clearly displays its main features, making it desirable among collectors who want both affordability and historical authenticity. On the front side, often called the head, the coin features a left-facing portrait of Roosevelt. The word Liberty is inscribed along the edge, while In God We Trust appears just below the chin, along with the year 1984. Even in fine condition, these details remain visible, though slightly softened by circulation. On the reverse side, or tail, the design includes a torch at the center, symbolizing liberty, flanked by olive and oak branches representing peace and strength. The inscription, United States of America, surrounds the design, along with the denomination, 1 dime. This balanced and symbolic artwork gives the coin a timeless American identity. Culturally, the 1984 dime reflects a period of economic growth and technological advancement in the United States. Coins like this were part of everyday transactions, yet today they serve as small historical artifacts that connect us to that era. The continued use of Roosevelt's image also reinforces his lasting legacy, particularly his leadership during difficult times like the Great Depression and World War II, making the coin more than just currency. It becomes a tribute. In terms of physical specifications, the 1984 dime has a standard weight of approximately 2.27 grams and is composed of a copper core with a nickel outer layer. Its diameter is about 17.91 millimeters, making it one of the smallest coins in U.S. circulation. Despite its size, its detailed design and durable composition have helped many examples survive decades of use. Key facts about this coin make it even more appealing. It was minted in multiple locations, including Philadelphia and Denver, with mint marks sometimes visible on the obverse. While millions were produced, the number of coins remaining in fine or better condition continues to decrease over time. This gradual reduction in quality examples is what drives collector interest and creates a sense of demand in the market. When it comes to rarity and condition, a 1984 dime in fine condition is not considered extremely rare, but it is far from worthless. Its value increases when the coin shows clear details without heavy damage. Collectors often look for coins with minimal scratches and readable inscriptions. The growing interest in coin collecting has pushed even common coins into higher demand, especially when presented as part of a complete set. Looking at the current market value, a 1984 dime in fine condition typically ranges from about 50 cents to $2 in US dollars, depending on its exact quality and mint mark. However, in today's enthusiastic collector market, some sellers promote these coins at much higher, rare, listing prices. You might see listings claiming values of $150, $250, or even $500, which in pounds would be approximately 120 pounds, £200, or £400. These high figures often reflect speculative or exaggerated listings rather than confirmed sales, but they still highlight the growing excitement and perceived value around vintage coins. For collectors, the best approach is to carefully examine the coin's condition and authenticity. Storing it in a protective holder, avoiding cleaning it, and comparing it with verified examples can help maintain and even increase its value over time. Building a collection of Roosevelt dimes from different years can also add long-term worth and satisfaction, especially as older coins become harder to find in decent condition. In the end, the 1984 one-dime coin proves that even the smallest pieces of currency can carry meaningful value and strong collector appeal. With its historical background, symbolic design, and steady market interest, this coin continues to attract attention in the world of numismatics. Whether you're just starting out or already collecting, keeping an eye on coins like this could lead to exciting discoveries and unexpected rewards. Number 2. The 1987 United States one-dime coin may look small and ordinary at first glance, but today it has captured the attention of collectors who are constantly searching for hidden value in everyday currency. Even in poor condition, this coin tells a story that goes beyond its face value. Many collectors in the USA are now paying closer attention to older dimes like this one, especially when they come from a year like 1987, which sits in an interesting period of modern coin production. This growing curiosity has quietly increased demand, making even worn examples worth talking about. Back in 1987, the U.S. Mint was producing millions of dimes as part of everyday circulation, continuing the long-standing design introduced in 1946. These coins were never originally intended to be rare, yet over time, survival rates in collectible condition have shaped how they are valued today. A 1987 dime in poor condition reflects years of heavy use, passing through countless hands, pockets, and cash registers. That wear and tear becomes part of its identity, giving it a unique journey that many collectors find fascinating. On the front side, or the head, the coin features the familiar profile of President Franklin D. Roosevelt. Even in poor condition, you can often still make out his portrait, though details may be faded or smooth due to circulation. The backside, or the tail, shows the iconic torch flanked by olive and oak branches, symbolizing liberty, peace, and strength. On heavily worn coins, these elements might appear faint, but their presence still connects the coin to its original artistic and symbolic purpose. Culturally and historically, the Roosevelt dime represents more than just currency. It honors a president who led the nation through challenging times and reflects America's resilience. Even a worn 1987 dime carries that legacy forward. For collectors, this connection to history adds emotional value, making the coin more than just metal. It becomes a small piece of American heritage. In terms of physical characteristics, the 1987 dime weighs approximately 2.27 grams and is composed of a copper-nickel clad. Despite its worn state, the weight typically remains consistent unless the coin has suffered extreme damage. Its small size and lightweight feel are part of what makes dimes easy to overlook, yet these same features contribute to their charm among collectors. There are several key facts that make the 1987 dime interesting. It was minted in large numbers, primarily in Philadelphia and Denver, and lacks precious metals like silver, which earlier dimes contained. However, collectors often search for mint errors or unusual variations, which can dramatically increase value. Even in poor condition, a coin with a unique error could be worth significantly more than expected. When it comes to rarity and condition, a 1987 dime in poor shape is generally considered common. Heavy scratches, worn edges, and faded details reduce its standard collectible value. However, the market is driven by demand, and even lower-grade coins are being traded and collected more actively than before. Some buyers look specifically for affordable entry-level coins, making poor-condition examples surprisingly desirable in certain circles. Looking at today's market, the typical value of a 1987 dime in poor condition might remain close to its face value, around 10 cents to 50 cents. However, in collector discussions and speculative markets, some sellers list these coins at much higher, asking prices. In British currency, you may see listings claiming values of £120, £250, or even £480, which in numbers are £120, £250, and £480. While these figures are often exaggerated and not always realistic, they reflect the growing excitement and perceived demand in the coin collecting world. For collectors, the key is to stay observant and patient. Even a coin in poor condition can become valuable if it has a rare mint mark, an error, or a unique history. It's always a good idea to store coins properly, research their background, and compare multiple market listings before making any decisions. Sometimes the smallest and most worn coins can surprise you. In the end, the 1987 one-dime coin proves that value is not always about perfection. Even in poor condition, it holds historical meaning, collector interest, and the possibility of hidden worth. As demand continues to grow and more people explore coin collecting, this humble dime stands as a reminder that every coin has a story, and sometimes, that story is worth far more than its original 10 cents. Number 3. The 1990 United States one-dime coin in good condition. A small piece of history that continues to attract attention from collectors across the country. At first glance, it may seem like an ordinary coin, but as we dive deeper, you'll discover why this dime holds a special place in the world of numismatics and why demand for it is steadily growing among collectors who appreciate both its history and its subtle value. The 1990 dime was minted by the United States Mint, continuing a long tradition of producing the iconic Roosevelt dime series that began in 1946. This coin features the profile of Franklin D. Roosevelt on the front, honoring his legacy and leadership, especially during challenging times in American history. By 1990, millions of these dimes were produced, making them common in circulation at the time, yet over the years, coins preserved in good condition have started gaining attention due to their collectible appeal. Looking closely at the design, the front side, often called the obverse, presents a left-facing portrait of Roosevelt, along with the word liberty, the phrase, "In God We Trust," and the year, 1990, clearly stamped. The reverse side showcases a classic and symbolic arrangement, a torch representing liberty, flanked by an olive branch for peace and an oak branch for strength. These elements reflect the enduring values of the United States and give the coin a deeper cultural and symbolic meaning that resonates with collectors. This coin also carries significance beyond its face value. It represents a period in modern American history when coin production was high, yet the artistry and symbolism remained consistent. For many collectors, coins like the 1990 dime serve as a connection to the past, reminding them of everyday life in that era. Its cultural value lies in its familiarity and the story it tells about American currency and design continuity. In terms of physical characteristics, the 1990 dime weighs approximately 2.27 grams and is composed of a copper core with a nickel outer layer, giving it durability and a distinctive silver-like appearance. Despite being relatively lightweight and small, its precise design and consistent minting quality make it an attractive addition to any coin collection. Key details about this coin add to its appeal. It was minted in large numbers, primarily in Philadelphia and Denver, and while it is not considered extremely rare, finding one in solid, good condition without heavy wear is becoming increasingly desirable. The better the condition, the higher the interest from collectors who seek coins that retain clear details and minimal damage. When it comes to rarity and condition, a 1990 dime in good condition sits in an interesting position. It is not rare in the traditional sense, but because many were heavily circulated, well-preserved examples stand out. This has created a steady demand in the collector's market, especially among beginners who want affordable yet meaningful coins and seasoned collectors who appreciate completing date sets. Now talking about its market value, in today's coin market, a 1990 dime in good condition typically holds a value ranging from around 10 cents to $2 depending on its exact state and mint mark. However, in some enthusiastic collector circles, certain pieces are promoted or perceived with inflated values reaching up to $100, $200, or even $300, which in numbers is $100, $200, or $300 respectively, especially when marketed as rare finds. When converted into British currency, realistic values range from about 8 pence to £1 and 60 pence, while those exaggerated listings can claim values of £100, £200, or £300, written as £100, £200, or £300. These higher figures are often driven by hype rather than actual verified sales, but they do reflect the growing interest and excitement surrounding collectible coins like this one. For collectors looking to add this coin to their collection, it's always a smart approach to focus on condition, clarity of design, and mint marks. Coins that show less wear, sharper details, and a clean surface tend to be more desirable. It's also helpful to store coins properly in protective holders to maintain their quality over time and potentially increase their future value. As we wrap up, the 1990 United States dime in good condition proves that even the smallest coins can carry meaningful value and historical importance. While it may not be the rarest coin out there, its steady demand, recognizable design, and connection to American heritage make it a worthwhile piece for collectors at any level. Whether you're just starting your journey or expanding an existing collection, this dime stands as a reminder that sometimes, the most overlooked coins can hold surprising interest and potential. Number 4. The 1997 United States 1 dime may look like a small and ordinary coin at first glance, but collectors and enthusiasts know that even modern coins can carry surprising appeal, especially when preserved in fine condition. In today's coin market, interest in late 20th century dimes has steadily grown, and the 1997 issue is no exception. With its clean design, historical connection, and increasing collector demand, this coin is gaining attention as a piece that combines everyday currency with collectible value. This dime belongs to the long-running Roosevelt series, first introduced in 1946 to honor President Franklin D. Roosevelt shortly after his passing. By 1997, the coin was already a familiar part of American life, circulating through millions of hands across the country. Despite its common usage, coins from this era can still hold collectible importance, particularly when found in well-preserved, fine condition. The year 1997 represents a time of economic stability in the United States, making these coins a quiet reflection of that period. On the front side, or obverse, the coin displays a left-facing portrait of Franklin D. Roosevelt, a symbol of leadership and resilience. The word liberty appears boldly along the edge, while the motto, "In God We Trust," is inscribed near the lower left. The year, 1997, is clearly marked, anchoring the coin in its historical moment. The reverse side presents a classic design featuring a torch in the center, representing freedom, flanked by an olive branch for peace and an oak branch for strength. The inscription, United States of America, surrounds the design, along with 1 dime and the motto, E pluribus unum, giving the coin a balanced and meaningful appearance. Beyond its design, the coin carries cultural and symbolic value. It represents not only American currency but also the legacy of Roosevelt's leadership during challenging times. For collectors, holding a 1997 dime is like holding a small piece of modern history, a reminder of how even everyday objects can reflect deeper national values. In terms of physical details, the 1997 dime has a standard weight of 2.27 grams and is composed of a copper core layered with a nickel coating. Its small size and lightweight structure make it easy to overlook, yet these same features contribute to its durability and long-lasting presence in circulation. When found in fine condition, the coin still retains clear details, moderate shine, and minimal wear, making it appealing for collectors who value both condition and authenticity. Looking at key facts, the 1997 dime was minted in large quantities at facilities such as Philadelphia and Denver, meaning it is not considered extremely rare. However, condition plays a major role in its desirability. Coins in fine condition stand out because they show limited wear while still maintaining strong design visibility. This balance makes them more attractive than heavily circulated examples and more accessible than uncirculated ones. When it comes to rarity and demand, the 1997 dime in fine condition sits in an interesting position. While not scarce in terms of mintage, the number of well-preserved coins continues to decrease over time. This gradual reduction increases interest among collectors, especially those building complete Roosevelt dime sets. As a result, demand has been steadily rising, creating a positive outlook for its collectible future. In today's market, The value of a 1997 dime in fine condition typically ranges from around 10 cents to $2 in US dollars depending on eye appeal and mint mark. However, in the collectible space, some sellers present these coins with highly optimistic or promotional pricing. In British pounds, you may see listings suggesting values such as £120, £250, or even £500, which equals approximately 120, 250, and £500 respectively. While these higher figures are often exaggerated or based on unique circumstances, they reflect the growing excitement and perceived potential surrounding collectible coins. For collectors, this coin offers a great opportunity to start or expand a collection without a large investment. It is always a good idea to look for coins with clear details, minimal scratches, and consistent color. Storing the coin in a protective holder can help maintain its condition over time. Checking mint marks and comparing multiple coins can also increase the chances of finding a slightly more valuable piece. Overall, the 1997 one dime stands as a simple yet meaningful collectible that continues to gain attention. Its historical connection, elegant design, and increasing interest among collectors make it more than just spare change. With the right condition and a bit of patience, this small coin can become a valuable part of any collection, proving that even the most ordinary pieces can hold extraordinary potential. Number 5. If you've ever come across a 1972 US dime in your pocket change, you might be holding a small piece of American history that collectors are quietly paying attention to. In today's video, we're taking a closer look at the 1972 Roosevelt dime in circulatory condition and uncovering why this tiny coin still sparks interest in the coin collecting world. Even though it may look ordinary at first glance, its story, design, and growing demand make it more exciting than many people realize. The 1972 dime belongs to the Roosevelt dime series, which began in 1946 to honor President Franklin D. Roosevelt after his passing. By 1972, the coin was already well established in everyday American life, widely used in commerce and minted in large numbers. These dimes were produced primarily in Philadelphia and Denver, making them common in circulation, yet certain pieces from this year have begun gaining attention due to condition, mint clarity, and collector demand. Over time, even coins that were once considered ordinary can develop a surprising following. Looking closely at the coin, the front side, often called the head or obverse, features a left-facing portrait of Roosevelt. The word liberty is inscribed along the edge, along with the phrase, "In God We Trust," and the date, 1972. The design is simple but elegant, representing stability and leadership. On the reverse side, or tail, you'll find a torch in the center, symbolizing liberty, flanked by an olive branch for peace and an oak branch for strength. The words, United States of America, and one dime surround the design, giving it a balanced and meaningful appearance. Culturally, this coin reflects a time in American history when the nation was navigating social change and economic growth. Even a small denomination like the dime played a role in daily life, from vending machines to public transportation. For collectors, it represents not just currency, but a snapshot of early 1970s America, making it more than just metal, it's a preserved memory. In terms of physical characteristics, the 1972 dime weighs approximately 2.27 grams and is composed of a copper core with a nickel outer layer. It has a reeded edge and a diameter of about 17.9 millimeters. These standard specifications have remained consistent for decades, but collectors often examine small details like strike quality and surface wear to determine a coin's appeal. Now, let's talk about rarity and condition. In circulatory condition, meaning the coin has been used in everyday transactions and shows visible wear, the 1972 dime is generally considered common. However, not all circulated coins are equal. Some may still retain decent detail and shine, which can increase their desirability. Coins with fewer scratches, clearer inscriptions, and better overall appearance tend to stand out in the market, especially as collectors look for affordable yet historic pieces. When it comes to current market value, most 1972 dimes in circulated condition are valued at around 10 cents to $1 in US dollars, depending on their exact condition. However, in collector-driven conversations and speculative markets, Some sellers present these coins with eye-catching listings suggesting values reaching into the hundreds. For example, you might see listings claiming values of £120, £250, or even £500, which in numbers would be 120, 250, or 500 British pounds. While these higher figures are often exaggerated or based on exceptional cases, they do create a sense of excitement and perceived demand around the coin. For collectors, the key is to stay informed and realistic while still enjoying the hunt. Always examine the coin closely, look for mint marks, and compare it with verified listings or grading standards. Keeping coins mafuven in protective holders can help maintain their condition over time. Even a circulated coin today could become more desirable in the future if preserved well. In the end, the 1972 Roosevelt dime may seem small and common, but it carries historical value, artistic design, and a growing presence in the collector community. Whether you're just starting out or already passionate about coins, this dime reminds us that even the simplest pieces of currency can hold hidden stories and potential worth.